Hello everyone, welcome to our Comments and Replies TJ channel. I hope all of you are doing well. This week, we're going to prepare for the comments section. Let's find hidden pearls. We're in the week of April 8th to 14th, during which we'll analyze Psalms 26 to 28. Let's begin. The first question is: how does this verse comfort us when we feel abandoned by a loved one? Before answering the question, let's read the Bible text. Psalm 27 verse 10, it says, "Even if my father and mother abandon me, Jehovah will take me in." Very well, then the answer to the question is: this verse comforts us by reminding us that even if we feel abandoned by our loved ones, Jehovah will never leave us or forsake us. His love is unconditional and eternal, which gives us comfort and security in times of loneliness or emotional pain. It comforts us to know that we are not alone in our painful experiences and that we can find refuge and solace. Let's move on to the next question. What spiritual pearls have you found about Jehovah, the ministry, and other topics in this week's Bible reading? Psalm 26 verse 2, it says, "Examine me, O Jehovah, and test me, refine my innermost thoughts and my heart." Very well, then the comment is: the psalmist addresses Jehovah with confidence, recognizing that he has the power and authority to examine and see into people's hearts. This confidence in Jehovah's sovereignty teaches us to trust in his wisdom and love to guide us. The request to purify intimate thoughts and the heart reflects the psalmist's desire to be cleansed at the deepest level of his being, reminding us of the importance of maintaining not only outwardly correct behavior but also inner purity in our thoughts, desires, and motivations. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 26 verse 7, it says, "To proclaim aloud your expressions of thanks and to tell about all your wonderful deeds." Very well, then the comment is: the text teaches us that by expressing gratitude and declaring God's wonderful works, we are strengthening our relationship with Him. Prayer and praise are important means of communication with God and help us to stay close to Him at all times. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 26 verse 12, it says, "My feet stand on solid ground, in the great congregation, I will praise Jehovah." Of David. Very well, then the comment is: by affirming that he will praise Jehovah, the psalmist shows his determination to remain faithful to God despite circumstances. This is an important lesson that greatly helps us, as it encourages perseverance in faith, inspiring us to move forward even in difficult times. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 27 verse 1, it says, "Jehovah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Jehovah is the stronghold of my life." Very well, then the comment is: by acknowledging Jehovah as our salvation and stronghold, the psalmist declares his liberation from fear. The lesson for us is that when we fully trust in Jehovah, there is no room for fear. God's presence and power enable us to face any challenge with courage and confidence. From this same text, we can extract another very valuable pearl, as instead of relying on our own abilities or resources, this text shows us how the psalmist identifies Jehovah as the stronghold of his life. This leaves an important lesson that only in Jehovah do we find security, stability, and protection. The lesson is that we should seek strength and security only in Jehovah. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 27 verse 3, it says, "Though an army should encamp against me, my heart will not fear, though war should arise against me, even then I will maintain my confidence." Very well, then the comment is, even though the psalmist faces the threat of an army and the possibility of war, his confidence does not waver. This text reminds us of the importance of maintaining calm and confidence in Jehovah, even in the midst of difficult circumstances. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 27 verse 7, it says, "Hear me, O Jehovah, when I cry out for help, grant me your favor and respond to me." Very well, then the comment is, although the psalmist cries out for help, he is also willing to wait for God's response. This teaches us the importance of patience and perseverance in our relationship with God, trusting that He will act at the right time. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 27 verse 10, it says, this verse teaches us about the importance of trusting in Jehovah's protection and care, even in difficult situations, such as abandonment by parents. It reminds us that, regardless of circumstances, Jehovah is always present and cares for us. Very well, then the comment is, this text teaches us that everyone can seek Jehovah, and He is there to make them His friends, and that God's friends do His will and trust that God will always be on their side. Let's move on to the next comment. Psalm 27 verse 14, it says, "Put your hope in Jehovah, be courageous and strong of heart." Yes, put your hope in Jehovah. Of David. Very well, then the comment is, this text teaches us that the main lesson is to put our trust in Jehovah, which implies recognizing that we can trust Him to guide and care for us in all circumstances of life. Furthermore, this text urges us to put our hope in Jehovah. This hope is not just a vague wish, but a secure trust that God will fulfill His promises and sustain us in times of difficulty. Well, that was the analysis of the comments and responses for the hidden pearls of this week. I hope it will be very helpful for my dear brothers and sisters. I send you a warm hug, and may Jehovah bless and protect you always.